Congressman Rose, it's called the Safe Access to Cash Act. Tell us about it. What are you looking for?
Well, so we're trying to, it's a logical extension of the Federal Bank Robbery Act that was first passed back in 1934. Unfortunately, kind of an accident of history as ATMs came into use in the late 60s, and then ultimately ownership of those and operation of those ATMs was expanded to independent owners in the 1990s. Unfortunately, the bank robbery statute wasn't extended to cover those crimes, and so it's a logical extension. We have had this problem all across the country, including in my district in the Nashville area, where we've had serial robbers, and we've seen the ATM robbery rate rise dramatically in recent years, more than tripling in recent years.
Yeah.
And so it's long overdue that we extend this coverage.
You know, you talk about the thefts and robberies at ATMs. The numbers, we're trending at about 3 to 4, maybe a handful or dozen or so a year, somewhere in the area about 30 to 75 from 2016 to 2019. But you talk about it, Congressman, all of a sudden it just exploded 4, 5, 6x from whatever number you're looking at. Why do you think that's the case? Why is this happening?
I think the bank robbers figured out that this type of robbery wasn't covered, and so they're hitting the most vulnerable places, and so independent ATMs are oftentimes not as well guarded, not as in as prominent of places, and that's part of the reason that this is important, because so many rural Americans and inner city Americans depend on ATMs to get access to cash, and we want to make sure that they can do so safely.
Robbers know that it's harder to deal with the federal law enforcement than state law enforcement, so they choose to target the softer targets, which are these ATMs that are connected not with banks or financial institutions, but convenience stores, grocery stores, and the like.
Yeah, so when we talk about independent ATMs, you're right, grocery stores or barbershops, et cetera, not necessarily like Bank of America or Wells Fargo, et cetera, when you pull on into the bank. You know, both of you are standing right now in a pretty divisive, pretty divided place. We don't normally talk about bipartisan legislation with a Democrat and Republican standing there smiling and laughing with each other. Do you two expect to work on other things down the line? And if so, what?
I hope so. I think there are lots of issues. And one of the underreported facts here on Capitol Hill is that so many of the issues that are advanced are done so on a bipartisan basis. In fact, the vast majority, it's just those, I guess, issues that draw the most attention often that are the most polarizing.
Yeah, I just left a hearing where everybody agreed unanimously to move 4 bills to the floor. So it does happen. Obviously, sometimes the higher profile provisions are the ones that everybody focuses on. But a lot gets done here on a bipartisan basis, and I look forward to working with Congressman Rose and others to do that as well.